One night, Emma suddenly heard the sound of a plane crashing outside. The next day, when Emma went to investigate, a white wolf suddenly appeared in front of her. However, it seemed to be entangled by something. Emma took off her clothes to attract the wolf's attention, then took out a knife and cut the hunting net on its body. The rescued wolf did not harm Emma but quickly left. At this moment, a lion cub fell from a tree, landing right in Emma's arms. Emma looked up in surprise, wondering how the lion cub ended up in a bird's nest. But seeing the pitiful appearance of the cub, Emma couldn't bear to leave it alone in the dangerous forest, so she decided to take it home for the time being. Just as Emma was about to close the door, the white wolf that had been rescued in the forest barged in with its child, running straight under the table. Emma grabbed a flashlight to check and found that the wolf intended to stay there. The sudden appearance of the animals left Emma at a loss. She wanted to contact the police, but her phone had no signal. She went to the lakeside to find a signal and happened to meet a patrol officer from the Animal Association inquiring about the whereabouts of the lion cub. It turned out that not long ago, the lion mother was ruthlessly shot by hunters, and her cub was sold to a circus at a high price. However, during transportation, the plane accidentally crashed, and the lion cub fell into a tree, then accidentally fell into a bird's nest, was driven away by an eagle, and finally unexpectedly fell into Emma's arms. Hearing that they were going to send the lion cub to the circus, Emma concealed the fact that she had found it. She couldn't bear to send the cub to the circus. Returning home, Emma found the white wolf nursing its child, and the hungry lion cub, who had not eaten for a day, waddled over to join the wolf cub in enjoying the milk. Fortunately, the wolf mother did not drive away the little one. Perhaps in her eyes, the lion cub was also just a child. Seeing this beautiful scene, Emma felt exceptionally warm and officially decided to adopt them. After a few days of living together, the two little ones gradually became the best of brothers. They played and frolicked at home every day, and the white wolf came back to feed them on time every day. Seeing such a beautiful scene, Emma took out her phone and recorded these moments one by one. As time passed, the two little ones became more and more attached. They followed Emma closely every day. When Emma practiced the piano, they would consciously run outside to play. But as long as Emma was free, they would stick close to her. Sometimes they would sleep together in a small wooden house deep in the forest, play in the stream, and sit on the shore to enjoy the sunset in the evening. At nightfall, they would snuggle up to Emma and fall fast asleep. A few days later, the day of Emma's piano exam arrived. She told the two little ones to be good and guard the door, not to make a mess, and that she would be back in 2 days. She also opened a window for the white wolf to go in and out. Emma's exam went very smoothly. She stood out among the many contestants and was successfully selected to join the Los Angeles Symphony Orchestra. Her dream of many years was finally realized, but Emma couldn't be happy because it meant she couldn't go back to take care of the two little ones. Emma began to look for an animal shelter for the lion cub, but an accident happened that day. While the white wolf was out hunting, two hunters came to the forest. They carefully raised their tranquilizer guns and shot at the white wolf. Hit by the tranquilizer, the white wolf fell to the ground. The hunters excitedly put a collar on it, and the white wolf was taken away. When Emma returned home, the scene before her eyes stunned her. The two little ones had made a mess of the house. They were hungry and looking for food everywhere. Before Emma could get angry, she noticed that the white wolf was missing. Emma was extremely anxious and went out to search everywhere but still could not find any trace of it. With no other choice, she could only go home and fill the stomachs of the two little ones first. The sudden disappearance of the white wolf left Emma at a loss. She knew she couldn't take care of both her work and them at the same time, so Emma had to refuse the job at the symphony orchestra and take care of them every day. After the wolf mother left, Emma took on the responsibility of being a mother and even gave them names. The wolf cub was called Mozart, and the lion cub was called Dreamer. Winter arrived quickly, and snow covered the entire forest. The two little ones had also grown into huge creatures. They chased and played in the snow, while Emma prepared delicious dinners for them at home every day. They had big appetites, and Emma and Grandpa had to bring in large amounts of meat to feed them every day. As their size grew larger and larger, Grandpa was afraid they would attack people. Grandpa asked Emma to report her safety to him every day using a walkie-talkie. After a winter, the forest regained its former vitality. A mother and daughter came to the island to pick flowers. When Mozart and Dreamer saw them, they ran towards them with sturdy steps. Emma saw this and immediately became nervous. She was worried that something would happen, so she hurried over to stop them. As a result, she accidentally tripped over a stone and hit her head heavily on the ground, falling unconscious. Mozart heard the commotion and ran back. He saw Emma lying on the ground and was very anxious. He rubbed Emma with his body, trying to wake her up. At this time, Dreamer also hurried over. They anxiously circled around Emma, screaming, hoping someone would come to help. But this was a lonely island. Where would anyone be? Until nightfall, they still refused to leave, guarding Emma motionlessly until the next morning. Grandpa's voice came from the walkie-talkie. They had agreed to report safety every day, but today Grandpa had called several times without hearing Emma's response. He felt something was wrong and hurried to the island by boat. However, when he arrived at the house, he did not see Emma. So, he sailed around the island to search. Mozart saw him and immediately howled loudly. Grandpa looked in the direction of the sound and indeed saw Emma lying on the ground, but the wolf and lion beside her made him afraid to approach. Left with no choice, Grandpa could only call the police. Finally, Emma was sent to the hospital. The doctor told her that the nights in early spring were very cold. Fortunately, Mozart and Dreamer kept her warm. otherwise, Emma would have frozen to death long ago. However, because Grandpa called the police, Mozart was taken away by people from the White Wolf Conservation Center. As a rare animal, Mozart was well protected there. He also met his mother there. But Dreamer was not so lucky. He was returned to the circus by the police. Seeing the troop leader, Dreamer instantly became irritable. But this could not change his fate. The troop leader told his son that to completely tame a lion, you must make it feel afraid. With that, he used the whip in his hand to frantically beat Dreamer.